What's better than hitting your players with a trap? How about 2 traps? In today's video, we'll be looking at running multiple traps in parallel to make them more dangerous. The concept we're looking at is simple, but highly effective. Let's start off with an example. Your players enter an area where you've placed a pit trap, and immediately after it is another pit trap. The player jumping over the first trap they see will end up falling into the second one. This simple trick works with just about any standard trap. 1 snare is good, 2 snares are better. Spike traps follow the same rules. The trick to making these traps fair is that the second trap should have a higher DC to spot. It should not be that the players can't dodge the second trap. By chaining it this way, the players see the first more obvious trap and will not notice or think to look for the second more well-concealed trap. The best rolls from your players are the ones that fall between the 2 DCs. Having players roll above or below both isn't bad. It just illustrates different ways the trap can go off or be avoided. But how punishing should you make these 2 traps? This is where your players' health, level, and general hubris come into play. Since the first trap is obvious, you might want to set it up so that the first trap isn't bad, but the following trap is much worse. Alternatively, you might want the traps to be exactly the same, but that doesn't illustrate the trap maker's intent very well. If they're different, it shows the trap maker intended the first trap as a decoy and the second as the real trap. If they're equal, it shows the trap maker's first trap became obvious over time as it got used more. These tell very different and subtle stories that your players may or may not think about. As we've stated in other videos, we will never encourage you to make a trap that can outright kill a party member at full health. They should instead be devices that wear down your party. Generally speaking, it's not fun to kill a player because of 1 bad roll. It's the same concept as save or die spells. They have their place, to be sure, but they're generally not fun for players and should be avoided in most scenarios. Remember to look at your player's average health and adjust your traps so that they could kill a wounded hero who's not careful, but not a full health party. Parallel traps are a good trick used sparingly, but if you use them too much, you will make paranoid adventurers. This type of trap setup is perfect for players that generally have no fear of traps. This works really well when you have 1 player that charges forward without consulting the group. These kinds of traps work as a way to allow your players to resolve this conflict through roleplay instead of actual meta arguments. These traps can be a lot of fun, but ultimately this is a gimmick meant to add a bit of flavor or excitement to your normal traps. When sprinkled in sparingly, this might be just what your party needs to get over their slump of humdrum traps. If you're interested in more trap ideas, take a look at our other videos. You can find more resources at masterthedungeon.com. Support us on Patreon if you're feeling up to it, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share our videos. Happy DMing!